The involvement of the non-party stakeholders is very, very critical for the successful conduct of the Talanoa Dialogue, not only for the Talanoa Dialogue, but for the long-term goals of the Paris Agreement as well. As we are all aware and agree, climate change affects everyone. According to the words of my Prime Minister, the COP23 President, we are all in the same canoe, meaning that climate change affects everyone. Because we are all in the same canoe, then we all have to take responsibility as well. We have to take ownership. This is why the involvement of the non-party stakeholders is so important. Non-party stakeholders have a role to play. Non-party stakeholders are affected as well, equally like parties. And of course, they can contribute positively towards the achievement of the Paris Agreement. We need to take stock of where we are in terms of the Paris Agreement. We have to look at our nationally determined contributions, and of course how this can be enhanced and bringing together the various stakeholders who can contribute positively. Because when it comes to the implementation of NDCs, it's not only the parties that are responsible. Non-party stakeholders have a role to play. They have the innovations, they have the technology, capacity, and most importantly, they represent the real world. So their involvement, therefore, is very, very critical for the Talanoa Dialogue and for the Paris Agreement. We have been in close contact with them since COP23 and building up to this May intercession, and of course looking forward to Katowice as well. But the submissions as requested has been very encouraging, and if we look at the more than 220 or so submissions that were made into the portal as we prepare for this May intercession, about 80% of those comes from the non-party stakeholders. During the week, as we are conducting our discussions with them, and of course with the various Talanoa sessions that has been initiated in here as well, the preparatory sessions for the Talanoa, they have been actively involved as well. So very much looking forward, the non-party stakeholders are very much looking forward to the participation in here. But we are not only limiting their participation in this session that will be made available on Sunday, the 6th of May. I must also say that non-party stakeholders have been conducting their respective Talanoas through their sectors, through their own thematic areas. I'll give an example about Ikle. They have been conducting their own Talanoas regionally as well. There has been some Talanoas done. So we are not only preparing for Sunday, but through the various forums that had been organized previously, the non-party stakeholders has been actively involved as well. And not only that, as I've stated, time and space is limited for this session, but of course we will continue to feed. This is what we have encouraged, because there'll be other regional forums organized, there'll be more sectoral and thematic meetings organized, and we have encouraged our stakeholders to continue to feed into the portal, because the synthesis report will be compiled later, so we still have ample opportunity to continue to contribute with our various Talanoas that will be important as we prepare for COP24. And we hope that not only non-party stakeholders, but all those that will participate in the Talanoa respect the principles of Talanoa. It's the principles of trust and empathy. Everybody shares their story and everybody listens, the element of respect. So this is the expectations from us. Not only that, what's important is the stories that they are going to come up with. Of course, guided by the key questions on where are we, where do we want to go, and how do we get there. I think this is very, very important so that we can speak out the essential elements out of the stories, the scenarios that will be presented, so that it can then contribute towards a good synthesis report, which will be important for COP24. Not only that, it's about the exchange of ideas and knowledge and experiences as well. So opportunity for the participants to hear about the experiences in the other regions, what's available in terms of technology, where are the constraints, how does it affect them, and how can they get access to some of these technologies and best practices that are available as well. So it's not just about sharing your stories, but it's about gaining from the discussions, the interactions as well, on things that can be replicated and of course scalable as well in the long term. So that will make a good Talanoa. Urgency is very, very critical. We need to act now. So it's the element of agency that tells us where we are right now.